So let me ask you, are you ready to take the wheel, get under the hood, and face what's really driving your overdrive? Hey, give me 10 minutes and I'll give you a 5-second practice that could change everything and maybe even save your life. Let's go. You think you don't procrastinate because you are always on task, delivering consistently, reliably, on time. But what if all that doing is just a cover for a fear that you've been avoiding? And if you keep procrastinating on that, life has a way of sneaking in and stealing something precious from you. Your health, your energy, your marriage, your joy. Hey, if we haven't met yet, I'm Jen Silbert, founder of Good Girl Gone Bold, and my content here is largely for women playing by society's rules and letting their inner good girl still run the show, when in fact, what they really need is to light the spark of their inner bold girl who wants to sparkle and shine and write her own damn rules. Most people define procrastination as avoiding tasks, but the real culprit is this: avoiding your feelings. For high-performing women, it's not about the task, the delivery, or the showing up for other people. It's the internal reckoning. It's that truth that we don't want to face, the fear that we haven't named, the fear of not being enough, the fear of being irrelevant or forgotten, the fear of looking irresponsible, the fear of money running out, the fear that if we stop doing that we're going to lose our value. So if you don't think of yourself as the procrastinator because you're the get her done girl, then stick with me and we're going to dive deeper in today's video. Here's the truth. Procrastination doesn't just focus on what you're not doing, it reveals who you're not being. So this is part 2 of exploring procrastination. In the last video, we explored the 3 core fears behind emotional avoidance and how procrastination is really a symptom of not feeling emotionally safe. I also teased a powerful secret weapon I had that would interrupt this spiral and get back into alignment. And today I'm going to reveal what it is. Because if you've been operating in constant high gear, constantly producing, constantly proving and pushing, you might not be procrastinating on tasks, but you are procrastinating on yourself. Let's redefine what we know of procrastination. It's not just the act of putting off a task, but the act of putting off yourself, delaying your truth, your rest, your joy, your healing. And when you live in your masculine, which is the doing and the striving and the output and the accomplishing, you're delaying or denying your feminine side, your intuition, your stillness, your softness, nourishment, receiving. This is a feminine part of you. And that denial, that's procrastination too. You're not avoiding a to-do list, you're avoiding emotional truth. And what we avoid emotionally, we delay indefinitely. So whether you're putting off writing a report or putting off asking for help, the core behavior is the same. It's emotional avoidance. Overfunctioning is often praised in Western culture. So we lean in, we become the responsible one, the go-to girl, the fixer. And this is classic good girl conditioning. But beneath the surface, it's often rooted in fear. Fear of what we're going to discover when we actually stop. Fear of not knowing who you are without the hustle. So you may not be putting off and delaying work, but you are putting off rest, boundaries, creative expression, hard conversations, a dream or a calling that feels like it's too much. Your own pleasure. So that secret weapon that I mentioned earlier, stick with me, I'm getting there. Because once I name it, show you how to use it, it's going to change how you show up in every single moment. Let's talk about overfunctioning. This is often fueled by scarcity thinking. If I don't do it, no one else will. If I slow down, I'll fall behind. If I say no, I'm going to disappoint everybody. Underneath all of that is really a breakdown in trust, not just in others, not just in the environment, but also in yourself. Now, lessons on trust you can find in one of my previous videos on the topic of boundaries when I talk about the trust ecosystem that I found. If you cultivate that, then you can trust that things are going to work out okay if you make this shift and you rebel for yourself and you reclaim your power and your choices. Think about this. If you don't trust yourself to be okay without constant validation and productivity, then rest is going to feel unsafe. And you'll keep doing as a way to stay emotionally protected. Ouch. I learned this the hard way. So I am that consummate get-her-done girl. I have been. I was the oldest. I had more of that type A driven personality. And then I'm military trained. I'm very independent and dependable. I built my life and my business around things like grit and working through tough times and rolling up my sleeves and pulling up my bootstraps. But underneath all of that was a massive avoidance of rest, softness, presence, living in the moment. But fast forward to about 6 years ago, and my body makes this decision for me that it's now time to make a change. I had what I call my year of hell that ended in a cancer diagnosis. Just 2 months after I lost my father to cancer. Okay, now I get the message, God. It's time to pause. All these years I had been postponing myself and my own needs. Yeah, put the brakes on. All this time I didn't postpone myself because I didn't care. I did it because I was scared. I was scared to let go, scared to receive, scared to feel, scared to admit that despite my success, I felt disconnected from me. What was I going to lose if I finally took that pause? So this is where my secret hack, the PowerPause, comes in. It's more than just a productivity hack. It's the moment where you step back and ask yourself, what's going on right now? It's a deliberate act of resistance against the urge to rush, to push, to fix, or to prove. PowerPause is your moment to shift from automatic action to conscious choice. The PowerPause is your first step toward no longer putting you on hold. Here's how you do it, so easy. It's a 5-second reset. You're gonna step back, sit back in your chair, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and then breathe out. And you're just gonna ask yourself these questions. What am I feeling right now? What am I afraid is going to happen if I stop? Am I on the right path? The PowerPause is your moment to shift from automatic action to conscious choice. And this creates a tiny moment of clarity. And in this space, you get to choose. Do I want to keep pushing, or is there another way? It's not about giving up your drive. It's about reclaiming your direction. And this is the first step toward no longer putting you on hold. Listen, get her done, girl. You can't hustle your way to wholeness. And you can't access your boldest, most grounded truth if you keep delaying your emotional truth. Procrastination doesn't always look like paralysis. Sometimes it looks like performance. And the only way out is through the pause, through the truth, through the reclamation of your softness and your power. So here's what you can do today. Just try one PowerPause. Stop what you're doing, close your eyes, inhale, exhale, and then ask, what am I really avoiding right now? So if the lessons in this video struck a chord, if it opened up a portal to a deeper understanding of something that maybe you weren't even aware was going on, then I've got a free tool for you. It's called the Procrastination Decoder. It's a free clarity guide to help you pinpoint what you might really be avoiding. Because if you don't stop and look under the hood now, something else is going to eventually force you to do that. Use this tool together with the PowerPause, and I think it might just change everything for you. Make your next move bold and intentional. And I stand by my claim in the beginning, which is this may in fact just save your life.